There are two paths hidden in one name, two lives that could carry the same face, but end in completely different eternities. One stands in a palace silk on her skin, power in the room, influence at her fingertips, music, approval, attention. A moment where all eyes are on her, a moment where she can have anything. And what does she choose? A head on a platter? Not because she was starving, not because she was broken beyond repair, but because she was surrounded by power that had no soul, guided by voices that had no truth, rewarded for something that had no life in it. That is one version of Salome. And if we're honest, that version still exists everywhere. It's the version of us that chases approval over truth, that chooses the room over righteousness, that would rather be celebrated in darkness than stand alone in the light. And then there's the other, the one who wakes up before the sun even dares to rise. No palace, no applause, no audience, just grief and loyalty and love that refuses to die even when hope looks buried. She walks toward a grave, not toward power, not toward status, not toward influence, toward a tomb, because something in her knows, even if he's gone, I still show up. Comma, and that is where heaven meets her. That is where the stone is rolled away. That is where the impossible becomes reality. That is where she witnesses what kings, politicians, and empires never will. The miracle. Comma. So let me say this clearly. You can have every title, every position, every dollar, every room standing when you walk in. But if your life never leads you to Christ, if you never find yourself at that grave, face to face with truth, stripped of ego, stripped of power, you didn't win. You wasted it, all of it. Because what is power that cannot recognize God? What is influence that bows to corruption? What is success that never kneels at the only thing that conquered death? Be the one who shows up to the tomb. Be the one who chooses truth over applause. Be the one who walks away from rooms that celebrate death and walks toward places where resurrection happens. Because in the end, there are only two legacies. Those who danced in the presence of power and never knew what they were serving, and those who stood at the grave and witnessed eternity break open. Choose carefully, because one will be remembered by history and the other will be known by God.